What is up, Taurus? How are you guys doing? It's bonus time. Time for your July 2025 bonus reading. What I am looking for in bonus readings is details, situations, or scenarios that did not make it into the main monthly reading. So, for those of you who are in need of a personal reading, all the information is right down here in the description of this video. Don't forget, y'all, hey man, if you need a reading and you don't know what to ask, you don't have any specific questions, I got you. That's no longer a problem. I do general personal readings now. All you got to do is pick the topic you want read, and I'll do the rest. And everything else that I have to offer is down there in the description as well. All right, let's just go ahead and jump right into this. All right, I'm starting this off with those of you who are currently in a long-term relationship. If you're not in a long-term relationship, this is not for you. If you are in a long-term relationship, but the two of you are not experiencing any problems, this is not for you. You don't need to be watching me. Click off of this and go enjoy your love life. All right, let's see what's happening. What's going on with Taurus's current long-term relationship in July, universe? What is happening with Taurus's current long-term relationship in July? Oh, that's good. That's good. That looks like y'all are trying to work this out. Good dealio, Emilio. I like seeing that. I wish to God every reading would come out rainbows and unicorns, man. I really do. I know a lot of people think that I'm just this negative asshole, but I'm not. I'm just an honest reader. I don't blow smoke up your ass. I don't try to make the reading sound cute. I read what comes through. And all the negative shit really does drain the fuck out of me. You have no idea. So when I see some positive shit come out, I'm like, yes, I love it. Okay, well, all right. It does look like y'all are working this out, or trying to at least. You're working through this, having a conversation, something, but it looks like somebody here just still isn't fully releasing all of the shit that's happened in the past. And I mean, that's to be expected. You shouldn't be expected to just let go of all that overnight. It didn't work that way. However, this is saying that even though the two of you are making an attempt to, work through all this shit, it's still not really all that stable between the two of you. And I think there's a little bit of mirroring action going on here, because we got the Emperor upright and the Empress reversed. So whenever something like that comes through, that kind of feels like mirroring energy to me, you know? Especially if you're dealing with your opposite sign, which is Scorpio. I don't have that card here, but that is one of the many ways that your energies could mirror each other, because opposite zodiac signs are mirror image energies. So, and also it's kind of feeling like a little bit of unrequited love here. Or maybe you suspect that. Remember, this is just the overview. The first spread is just the general overview. And maybe you are suspecting that this person just really doesn't take this very seriously. Just really doesn't give much of a shit. But I see an effort being put forth. I do see an effort being put forth, but y'all not balancing each other out very well. This is still kind of rocky and rough. It's all good though. Hey, it'd be like that sometimes, man. Some of you dealing with a fellow Taurus. I feel like that's your energy though. I also have Aries, Sagittarius, and that's it. Ah, got Cancer here now. Okay. All right, well, let's see the current long-term partner's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. how they see you, how do they feel about you, what are their thoughts, feelings, and opinions, hopes, dreams, and expectations, all of that good shit, man. Two of Pentacles. I'm not going to speak on that yet. Hold on. Let's see what else comes out. Get 4 shuffles. There's 1, 2 more. Blue, buddy, blue. 4 of Wands reversed. 3 of Swords reversed. There's the Emperor reversed this time. Okay. All right. Wow. This is kind of all over the place. Now, speaking of the Scorpio card, Death card reversed. So they don't want this to come to an end. They would really rather not end this and move on from it. They would really rather not. It almost just kind of looks like this person's at a loss. They don't really know what to do. In their mind, I'm not saying that this is the end all be all gospel of truth universally. I'm saying in their mind, from their perspective, they've done everything they can think to do. Now, does that mean they actually have done everything they can do? Not necessarily, but in their mind, they have. And I mean, for all intents and purposes, if that's in their mind and they don't know any better, then technically they have, you know? They don't want to walk away from this. They don't want to end this. What I think it is, though, is that they're not seeing the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Which means they're not seeing everything that they need to work on. And that is hard. That's hard. I'm not going to say that's easy. When you're in a relationship and things start getting rough, it's so easy to just get distracted by what the other person is doing wrong and what they need to do. Okay? And not to invalidate that, but you know, you don't want to get too sucked into what they need to do. Because I got news for you. I don't care who the fuck you is. I don't care what your sign is. If you think you ain't got no problems you need to work on, oh, you're delusional. Oh, you're fucking delusional. We all got fucking problems we need to work on. We all got a red flag or two. We all got a toxic trait or two. We all got some bullshit ass emotional trigger that's stupid, that, you know, was something that we acquired from childhood or something, you know, that we need to work on, that we've been carrying with us through our whole life. It's just second nature. We don't think about it, but it is a character defect, and we would really rather not look at it because that would be uncomfortable and difficult. But it's causing problems in some of our personal relationships. We all got that shit, dude. If you don't think you do, you delusional as fuck. We all do. But it's hard to see sometimes, you know, because you're like a fish in water. If I've been living with this my whole life, it's hard to pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't really think that this person is seeing the whole truth. But honestly, intentions-wise, I think that they would if they could. I ain't gonna lie, their intentions do look pretty solid. That doesn't mean their actions are solid. But at the deepest level, I do think that it is coming from the best place that it could come from. I really do. See, they believe that you are their person. So, all right, okay. Let's get the advice. What's the advice for Taurus? Advice for Taurus, universe. What's the advice? What's the advice for Taurus, universe? Two more shuffles, two more. Four of Wands, Hangman, okay. So just understand that it is a slow process, you know. Understand that. It is going to be a slow process. But I'm going to go back to what I was talking about a minute ago. Try not to get too sucked into what they need to be doing, okay? Because that's easy. That is so easy to just get sucked into it and just focused and hyper fixated on what they're doing wrong and what they need to do differently. And it just completely ignore the shit you need to work on. It's so easy. Always remember to just turn your focus back to yourself. What I like to do is just pick one little thing. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't think that you're going to turn yourself into a different person in a month or two. Just pick one little thing. Just one little thing. We all got that one little bullshit emotional trigger that in the back of your mind, you got that little voice telling you, hey, that's not cool. You need to fucking work on that. That's not cool. We all got that. Work on that. I don't care how stupid it is. I don't care if it's, you get triggered when people turn without using their turn signal. You know? Could be anything. It doesn't even have to, like, be directly related to your relationship. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen if you do that. If you start working on that, whenever somebody turns without using their turn signal, it just eats me alive. And I'm going to start working on that. Well, guess what? It could take a few months before you start unwiring that. And by the time you start unwiring that, if you pay attention, you'll realize that that caused a domino effect in your perception that extends out and affects other areas and aspects of your life that you wouldn't even think that that has anything to do with. And then that's when the domino effect starts to take place. That's when you start becoming noticeably different. You may even get compliments on it. Like you may end up connecting with somebody you haven't talked to in 5 years, and they're like, "Man, there's a glow about you. You're different. There's just this glow about you, like you've grown, and you just seem happier." They can't put a finger on what it is exactly, right? Because when you start making those little vibrational changes, it's noticeable. People notice it. They don't notice what it is all the time exactly, but they'll notice a difference. When you start vibrationally changing, everybody around you will feel it. And that's no shit. And it will improve your relationships as well. But, see, here's the thing. If you keep doing that, and the person you're with does not, eventually, you'll become a vibrational mismatch. And you will separate by way of universal law. But don't worry about that. I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. The person you're dealing with really seems like they genuinely want to actually do the work. So, all right. What did I do? Let's see. What's next? Fuck. I did the Aries last night. I don't remember. Oh, yeah. The new person. New person. Person you just recently connected with. What's happening with Taurus? And the person they just recently connected with in July, universe. What's happening? King of Wands reversed. Uh-oh. Remember, the first spread is just the general overview. So, you're wondering if this person's just a fucking game player. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Boom. Two of Wands reversed. Damn, 2 Leo cards, both reversed back to back. Could be a Leo for some of you. Excuse me. A lot of fire, and god damn, a lot of fire in here. Minor Arcana, all I have is fire. Ace of Cups reversed. And Empress reversed again. 2 Taurus cards next to each other as well. Well, I don't know. I'm feeling like you're afraid of repeating a past cycle. I don't know why. So I'm not here to tell you with this spread whether or not your suspicions are accurate or not. Okay. But you may be really concerned about repeating a past cycle. You're feeling a little uneasy. Maybe you don't even know why. Maybe you can't really even tell if it's just your ego driving you crazy or if it's your intuition warning you. But yeah, it doesn't really look like Judgment reverse. Doesn't really look like this is picking up and taking lift off, and it doesn't look like y'all are reaching happily ever after status overnight exactly, you know? So, could be a Saggy for some of you. There's that Temperance reversed again, not balancing each other out very well. I got Saggy, Leo, Taurus. Really afraid of repeating a past cycle. That's all this is telling me. Every card I pull just tells the same message. We're spinning in circles. Time for the moment of truth. Their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. New person Taurus is dealing with. What's the new person's feelings and intentions, universe? Oh, hey, Knight of Cups. Nah, I mean, honestly, maybe they're just a little bit emotionally immature. Hang on, let me see what else comes out before I say anything. Ah, 9 of Cups. Okay, all right. Nah, man. Okay, well, every time. What comes out when we read a new connection or potential new connection? What comes out? Every time, without fail, like clockwork. The past. So they are carrying some past vibrational baggage. They are karmically tied to the last person they were with, and they still are not healed from their last relationship. But I mean, Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, 4 of Wands. It's looking to me like they're pretty damn genuine and serious. But maybe they're just a little bit emotionally immature, you know? Still kind of heartbroken over their last relationship, however long ago that was. And then now they get an opportunity for a new relationship and they're just, you know, overjoyed with the fact that, oh, finally I can get into a new relationship now. Yeah, you know, and you know, that can come across a little weird. But I don't think they're playing games with you. No, they're not. Nope, they're not. I'm just seeing a little bit of immaturity here. That's it. Again, just because they don't have bad intentions, that doesn't intrinsically give them a license to behave like a shitty human being. That's just to let you know where they're coming from. You make the decision whether or not you're going to excuse shitty behavior based on their intentions. No, this person looks solid, man. I'm not going to lie. This looks solid. I'm not seeing no game playing, no manipulating, none of that shit. I'm really not. I'm just a little immature. Let's see how it plays out for the first 60 days. Well, no, for the next 60 days, because y'all are already together. Okay. Let's see how it's playing out for the next 60 days. So from July to September. How's it playing out for the next 60 days? Will it take a turn for the best, take a turn for the worst, or just plateau and spin in circles? 2 more shuffles, 2 more. Oh, the world card entering into a whole new cycle. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit rough, I think. I think you're going to stick it out, though, and hang in there. And you're entering into a whole new cycle with this individual. Just going to be a little bit slow, though. You're not jumping into this head first willy-nilly. It's moving slow. That's all I can say about this. I can't really, there's not a whole lot to say about this here. I'm not going to lie. King of Swords. See, I'm trying to dig deep, but it's moving in a positive direction, just slowly. Some of you dealing with a Scorpio. Also have Aries here. I got Aquarius. Let's just get the advice on this. Can't say much about that. Not a lot happening. What's the advice? What is the advice? Two more shuffles, 2 more. Oops. Boom. There we go. Hey, man, we got that 10 of Cups, though. Judgment reversed. So, that's interesting. Okay. How about this? Don't try too hard to control the way things happen. Okay? Don't try too hard. Now, I'm not saying don't put in any effort, but there's a difference between putting in effort and fighting a losing battle. It's a real big difference. So, here's the way I would always like to roll when I meet a new person. First of all, let people do whatever the hell they want. And let them be themselves. Right? Because at the end of the day, we're all adults here. When it comes to how to be honest, how to be loyal, how to be consistent, and how to respect a relationship, you shouldn't have to be fucking told. First of all. Right? So I'm never going to tell you what you can and can't do, where you can and can't go, who you can and can't talk to. I shouldn't have to. If you're too stupid to know how to respect a relationship, I don't want you in my life. You ain't my person. I ain't got time for that bullshit. But I'm going to express my concerns, express what I want, express what I don't want, like a calm, cool, collected, respectable adult. You know, I'm going to speak my mind very calmly, right? Because it's your responsibility when you're expressing a concern or expressing your feelings. It's your responsibility to pay attention to how you deliver that message. If you deliver the message in an aggressive manner and it starts a fight, that's your fault. So I'm going to express myself, and then I'm going to step back and I'm just going to watch you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. not going to tell you what not to do. I'm just going to step back and watch it. If you let people do what they want, they'll show you what they want. That's all you need to know. Not saying this is an easy path to walk. Oh no, it can be painful. It can be really painful. You know, because the first thing we want to do is get in there and start trying to control it. I shouldn't have to control it. I don't believe that the universe is such a dumbass that it picked a divine life partner for me that I would have to control. No, fuck that. Right? And trust the process. Because this is probably going to unfold and take some twists and turns that you might not expect, but will be very interesting to look back on later on down the line looking back. A lot of potential here. A whole lot. Just be sure to walk in your emotional integrity, your emotional independence, and your emotional abundance. And you'll be all right. Okie dokie. Let's see what's happening with the person from the past. See if I missed any details. Anything else we can tell Taurus about the past person, universe? Anything else? Anything else Taurus needs to hear about the person from the past? Ooh, we got that karmic wheel in the upright there. Hang on. Ooh, maybe some closure happening here. Maybe not. Damn it. I spoke too soon. Well, yeah, okay. Oh, wow. Fuck, dude. Look at this. All 3 communication cards came out reversed with the 2 of Swords. So I think this person is contemplating getting closure. Contemplating it. Thinking about it. Because I think there's something they want to get off their chest with the 10 of Wands in the reverse. Maybe they're just afraid that you're still mad at them, afraid that you're still holding a grudge. They don't see what they would consider to be an open door of opportunity. So, yeah, all the action and communication cards are reversed here with the card of contemplation in the upright. So, yeah. Just looks like still more silent tension, if anything, you know? It could be a Saggy for some of you. Also got Cancer here. 2 Cancer cards. That Saggy card has been coming out a lot here in this video today. Let's see how they feel about you. What's their deepest feelings? What's their deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Past person Taurus dealt with. What's their deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Ace of Swords reversed. I think they want to talk to you. They just don't know how to approach you. They don't know how to start a conversation with you. Yeah, so they're kind of torn. They are kind of torn between whether or not to try to get closure. They want to just throw in the white towel on this and just be done with it, you know? But there's something that's still weighing on them. So they're kind of torn. I just honestly think there's something they want to get off their chest. World card here, they just want closure. Something's bothering them. It doesn't really feel, honestly, like reconciliation is what they're looking for. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like closure. So, let's get the advice here. What's the advice for Taurus? What is the best advice? Knight of Pentacles reversed. Well, don't hang around and put your life on hold waiting for this person. Hey man, sometimes you got to be the bigger person and just shoot that closure message first. Sometimes you got to do that. Just shoot that closure message and step back and step away from it. Because you're going to have to let that sink in for a little bit. Now, remember, I say this all the time, but you got to check your intentions going into it when you go to get closure. Got to check those intentions. If you have an expectation of how you would want a closure conversation to go, don't do it. If you have a hope or an expectation of something other than closure happening as a result of initiating this conversation, don't do it. Closure means closure. It means I'm clearing the air on my end, wiping this slate clean, and releasing this energy. That's all it means, right? It doesn't intrinsically mean that I'm putting the final nail on the coffin. No. It just means I'm wiping the slate clean, wiping the energy clean. And then you want to sit with that for a little bit. More often than not, if I had to give it a statistic, I would say probably 75 to 80% of the time. When you have that person, doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter if it's a past lover or a friend or family member, and you know how that just weighs on you, and you're just trying to get over it and put it behind you, and it just weighs on you forever. And then you shoot them that closure message. Of course, it's going to feel weird and awkward and funny and strange and embarrassing and cringy and weird, but shoot that message and then wait for a little bit. Give it 2 months. 2 months just to be safe. On that 60-day time frame, if you go inside and you feel this situation out, you will be less likely to want to revisit that person again once you've released that energy and let that sink in. Because the minute you do that, that knocks your path off course. That alters the course of your path. And you're not going to feel it at first, but give it 2 months. Shoot them a closure message and block them if you have to. You know, that's kind of silly. You ain't got to do that. But just shoot them that message, and that's it. Don't respond to anything else. I don't care what they say. I don't care if they say eat shit and die or I miss you, I love you. Shoot the closure message. Don't respond to it, and wait 2 months. 2 months later, ask yourself, how do I feel about this? Most of the time, you will lose interest in revisiting that situation. You will feel much, much more inclined to continue moving forward. But don't get ahead of yourself. Don't worry about that yet. Don't cross that bridge until you get to it. Okay? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Taurus family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is down there in the description. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.